Hi and welcome to Yin Yoga with Annchen. I'm Annchen and today I'm going to talk about Yin Yoga, its principles and benefits. Yin Yoga is a slow, mindful practice where postures or asanas are held for up to 5 minutes or more. The reason for this is to gently stretch the connective tissue, ligaments, joints, bones and fascia to slowly elongate and strengthen them. This in turn leads to lubricating the joints, improving flexibility and increasing mobility. But aside from these physical benefits, there are also emotional and mental benefits. When your body is still, this leads to a slowing down of your breath and then a calming of your mind, because the breath and the mind are interconnected. So when our mind is anxious and preoccupied, then the breath is short. When we slow down the breath and start to breathe more deeply, this reduces the anxiety in our mind and brings calmness, leading us to a more meditative state where we can feel calmness and inner peace. What I love about Yin Yoga is its focus on the functionality and not the aesthetics of the postures. This means that because every person has a different body and skeletal structure, the postures are adapted to the people and not the people to the postures. This means that, for example, I will be thinking about the functionality of a posture when I'm in it. So if I'm in, for example, a posture which is called the butterfly, I will be thinking about whether in this stretch I am working on the muscles which are called the adductor muscles of the groin area when I'm moving forward. I'm not thinking about how can I copy this posture exactly to post it onto Instagram. And so how can we adapt the postures to the people? So for example, for some people this will be quite accessible, but for other people it will be completely impossible to come forward. So how do we adapt this posture? Well, one simple way will be just simply sitting onto a bolster, and by sitting on a bolster we will be able to move slightly more forward with our pelvis. We can tilt our pelvis more forward, and in this way we can stretch a little bit more the adductor or groin, or the muscles in the groin area. And so how do we do this? We use supports. So for example, the bolster that I had used, belts, we use blocks and also blankets. And in this way, we can help people to get the most out of the posture. Find your edge or limit. When you come into the posture, move until you find significant resistance from your body. Don't push yourself as deeply as possible immediately. Allow your body to open up and relax. After about a minute or so, you'll feel that your body is relaxing and inviting you to move a little deeper. However, this does not always happen. So it's important to listen and respect. Play with your edge. When you feel that your body has opened up, you can start to play with your edge or limit, trying to find another edge or limit. Once you have found that, pause and wait for the next invitation. Try to drop your expectations about what this posture should look like. And the important thing about Yin Yoga is that it is not a comfortable practice. Its benefit comes from being in the zone of discomfort. And so this means discomfort but not pain. So if you're feeling a dull aching pain, that's okay. But if you're feeling any sharp, stabbing, tingling feeling, then you should move out of the posture. Remain still. Once you've found the edge, the most accessible part of the posture, remain still without moving. There are only two exceptions to this: if you feel pain and if your body opens up and invites you to move deeper. And why do we have to keep inactive? Well, when we have our body inactive, the muscles are inactive. And with our muscles inactive, we are able to feel the full benefit of the stretch in our joints. And also remember, a still body leads to a calmer, slower breath, and this in turn allows us to move towards a calmer and more peaceful mind. Hold for a time. Yin yoga postures are held from between 1 and 5 minutes, and sometimes even longer. Why is this? Because in yin yoga we work the connective tissue and not the muscles. The muscles are softer, more elastic and more fluid, and they require repetitive exercise, for example swimming or dynamic yoga or running, in order to work the muscle fibers. However, in yin yoga we are working the connective tissues, the ligaments, joints, bones and fascia, which are drier and stiffer, and they require a more gentle pressure applied over a longer period of time in order to strengthen and stretch them. And so if we don't keep active, the connective tissue reduces itself to the minimum length required for our activities. And so if we bend or flex our knee after an active period, we will notice that the joints have been restricted by this shortened connective tissue. And so as we get older, we should make sure that we are more mobile. And so the older we get, the more yin yoga we should do. So to sum up, doing yin yoga allows you to connect more with your body and to become more aware of your physical, emotional, energetic, and mental states. When our body is relaxed and still, the breath becomes slower and the mind becomes calmer, and so we can reduce our levels of stress. We can then bring this acceptance and awareness into the busyness of our daily lives and therefore find a happier and healthier balance. Thank you and namaste.